Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Students, today I will discuss about the first chapter only. Okay, let's do today for today and tomorrow be the revision class of yours. Okay, for this first chapter and for the money chapter. So, if anybody will be having some problem, you will come to the revision work. There is revision work is necessary for you all people. Okay, I'm waiting for 1 minute. Let those who want to come, let them come. Then I will start the class. Okay, now students, first chapter is all about circular flow of income. By this chapter name only you can able to understand that there will be some flow of income. Means the income will move from this sector to that sector and it will go on in that process. Now what is this circular flow of income? Students, there are approximately there I can tell you 4 sectors. What are the 4 sectors in our economy? Household is one sector, firm is another sector, financial institution means banks. Okay, those banks, LIC, etc., those institutions who deals with money related terms, financial institution. Okay, next sector is your rest of the world. Okay, rest of the world means foreign world. But since your syllabus having only 2 sector model and this 2 sector model consists of household and firm, we will see in this chapter how the income, how the goods which is produced in the firm are being distributed among this household, and how something goes from household to firm. This is all about the circular flow of income. But before going to this circular flow of income, we have to know what are the different factors of production, student. What there are some short key points you have to know at first. Before knowing after knowing this one, then we can go to the concept of circular flow of income and anything else. Now, what is factors of production, student? The factors means the things which are used for production process. The things which are used for production process. Now, which things it is talking about? The land, labor, capital and enterprise. Enterprise means entrepreneur. See, these 4 factors are the 4 important factors which is very much essential for the production process. Okay, land is used for what? Land is used for the firm or the factory or the industry which is constructed. Where it is constructed? It will be constructed in land. So land is required, area it is required for to continue a firm. Okay, labor is very much important. Without labor you cannot able to produce good. Capital, here capital means capital, goods means machine, equipment, these are also important. And at last, enterprise or entrepreneur means the proprietor, means the person under whom this production process will go on. So these are all the 4 factors of production. And when these factors are working in the firm, in the production process, so they will get some income, they will get some money term. Okay, so for land, what land gets? Rent. When land, buildings, etc., if we will take it for as a rent, we have to pay that rent. So the factor income for the respective factors are rent for land, labor used to get wages, salaries, etc. Capital is meant for interest, and enterprise is meant for entrepreneur. What is the main aim of the entrepreneur? Profit. So these are all the factor income for all these factors of production. And when we combine this all resources, factors of production, we will able to produce goods and services. Okay student, this is all about the factor of production and about your money terms. Okay, what they get after they are being used up in the firm. Now firms produce goods and services with collective effort of production supplied by the household sector. How can this firm can produce goods? After getting labor. And from where this labor used to be supplied? From household. Means we are the people who are living in household. We are the people who are living in house. We go to the farm to produce goods. Nobody else. We only act as a labor. Okay. Then comes firm makes payment to the factors of production in a form of rent, wages, interest and profit, known as factor income, which I have told. After using these factors, this firm only pay all these things to the particular resources. And at last, the household sector spends this money on the purchase of goods and services produced by the firm. So when the laborers or when this factor gets their income, okay, for example, labor get wages and salary. What the laborers will do with that wages and salary? They will use it up for buying the goods from the shop, which is produced in the farm only. It may be possible that I am producing that same good in the farm, and with the help of that income, I am purchasing that good only from the shop. For example, if I am a biscuit producer, okay, I used to go in a particular farm and I produce biscuit every day. So I am also a consumer. Apart from the producer, I am the consumer. After getting income from the farm, I will use that income to buy some packet of biscuit from the shop for my consumption. And that biscuit may be possible that I have only made it. So this is the circulation of factor and the incomes. Labor goes from household to firm. There they work in the firm, produce goods, and after that what do? They just get their income. With that income, they buy those same goods from the shop which they have produced. This way the circulation goes on. Okay, then after getting this concept, you can able to know the meaning of circular flow. If you read this definition, then you can able to understand. It refers to the cycle of generation of income in the production process, its distribution among the factors of production, and finally its circulation from household to firms in the form of consumption expenditure on goods and services produced by them. Yes, the people, when they buy the goods, they used to pay for them also. Isn't it all? So this is all about the circular flow of income. When we will come to the diagram, it will be more clear to you. Now before going to the diagram or elaboration of this topic, I will be going on from the three phases. There are three phases of circular flow of income. What are those three phases? Generation phase, distribution phase, disposition phase. Okay, now what is this generation phase, student? In this phase, firms produce goods and services with the help of factor services. Means in this generation phase, the goods are generated in the firm with the help of factors. Now after this production, what happens? Then comes the distribution phase. This phase involves the flow of factor income, rent, wages, interest and profit from firms to household. Yes, after this generation of production, after the production of goods and services have done, then what we do? We just give this rent, wages, interest, profit to the household only. Okay, means labor, land, etc. All this comes from household. We only provide it to the firm. Okay, so this wages, interest, profit goes to the household. After this factor income has been given, then last comes the disposition phase. In this phase, the income received by factor of production is spent on the goods and services produced by the firm. Yes, after the people, for example, labor has got the wages from that firm, then they use that wage to purchase those goods only which have been produced in the firm. So the circular flow of income has three phases. Okay, generation phase, distribution phase, disposition phase. In this way, income generated in production units reaches back to production units and makes the circular flow complete. Now what happens? Factor income firm has paid to the household, and via price of those goods, we used to pay the price of the goods. That price only goes to the firm and the circulation completes. So on the one hand, income is coming from firm to household, and on the other hand, consumption expenditure, price of the goods going from household to firm. In this way, the circular flow completes. Okay, after getting this phase, we will come to the concept of stock and flow. What is this stock? Stock, you know, storing. Stock, you know, saving. So stock, you know, storing for some specified period, for some future purpose, for something. Now what is flow? Flow is a variable which flowing, this simple word flow in English term, what do you mean? Which is flowing, continuously coming, getting outside. Something is flowing, every time it is flowing. Stock, it is just stopping in some time period. It is not flowing. It is not going out. It is not coming in. Nothing is coming in. No, nothing is going out. That is a stock. But flow, it will flow anytime outside. It will come inside anytime, whatever it suits. Okay, now this is a small English term, but what is a stock? When you measure something by pointing it for a particular point of time. What I've told? When you measure something at that particular time period, particular point of time especially. For example, if anybody has a potato godown, if I will ask that person that how much stock you have or how much bags of potato you have on 31st January 2018. See student, I have focused on what? On some date. I have mentioned some particular date. I have mentioned some particular day. And I have told, give me the status of that particular day. This is a stock. And if I'll tell you that what was your, for that particular, what which I told you, the stock for particular day student, at that particular day I have asked about your stock only, means nothing has gone out on that day. Whatever you have in your own go down, you just tell me. This is a stock. And what is a flow, student? If I will ask you the same question, how much bags of potatoes you were having during the whole month of January 2018, or what was the transaction, or how much bags have came inside the go down, and how much bag of potatoes has gone outside the go down. Okay, that is the flow. Means for that 1 month, some bags has gone out, some bags has came in. So when this is the flow for over a period of time when you are measuring something, not at that particular point of time. Okay, just keep this concept very much clear. Okay, now see, for betterment of your understanding, a better example is given. The amount of water in the tank is the quantity of water in the tank at a given point of time. This amount of water in this tank is the quantity of tank for that particular time. On the other hand, water flowing into the tank from a tap is a flow of water being added to the tank per unit of time. Now if we have a tap on this tank, and for every time some water is going out from that tank, so every particular time, over a period of time, some amount of water will flow out from that tank. That is a flow. And how much water you are having in this tank? That is a stock. The total number of houses as on December 31st, 2017 is a stock concept, while the number of houses constructed during the year 2017 is a flow concept. So for this reason, stock, it's a static. It's staying in one place. We are just discussing about at any particular time period, point of time period. That's why stock is a static concept and flow is a dynamic concept. It's a vast thing because many things are going out, many things are coming in. Okay, now after knowing this stock and flow, we will come to the last topic of this chapter, which is nothing but the circular flow of income in a simple economy. Simple economy means when two sectors are only there, household and farm. You are not including here financial institution, you are not including here any rest of the world. Okay, if those things will come, it will become very much difficult for this. But you are having in your syllabus only this two sector economy. So simply I will explain you. What is it telling about? You are having in an economy a household and a farm. The household where people live and a farm where goods are produced. Okay, this much clear? Now the farm has decided that they will produce good. But if there is no labor to operate those machines, if there is no labor to produce the goods, then how this farm will work? So, from where this farm will get the labor? From household, means from the houses only. So people who are staying in the houses, they will only come to work in this farm. So people are coming from people, land. If farm wants a land, household only provide land. I have this much of land, I am giving it to you, to this particular farm, they will pay the rent. So this type of factor services are being provided by household only. So there is a transfer of factor services from household to the firm. Okay, this much clear. Now, with those factor services, the firm can operate the machines. Firm can able to convert the raw materials into finished goods, final goods. Okay, with the help of those factor services. And this labor, this factor services turn the raw material into final goods, and it is sent in the market. These goods, after being produced in the firm, is being sent in the market. And from market, the people or the households only will consume. So indirectly, firms are only providing these goods and services to the household. And in the middle, there is a market. Okay, but who is, from where these goods and services are being originated, then supplied? From this firm. So after the production of goods and services with the help of the factor services, it is being supplied to the firm. So from the one side, factor services are coming from household, and from the other side, what happens? Goods and services are flowing from firm to household. So this factor services transfer and this goods and services transfer, which we can touch, which we can see, which we can felt. So this all things will be denoted as the real flow or physical flow. The transfer of factor services from household to firm is and goods and services from firms to household is known as a real flow or physical flow. Real flow refers to the flow of factor services from households to firm, and the corresponding flow of goods and services from firms to household. See, the drawing of the real flow has been done. Coming to the next part of this. After the goods are being produced, the factor services which they have provided, land, labor, etc., they will incur what? Income. That will be denoted as factor payments. So who will provide? The firm will provide. To whom? To those land, labor which has came from household. So for that factor service, there is factor payment from firm to household. And with that income, with that wages, with that rent, what the households do? They purchase the goods and services which are produced in the firm. So when they purchase goods and services from the firm, they will pay for those goods and services. And whom they will pay? Indirectly, these firms only. So that is consumption expenditure which the household is paying. So this complete factor payment from firms to household for this factor service and consumption expenditure from household to firm from this to factor payment and consumption expenditure will come under nominal flow or money flow. What is it? Nominal flow or money flow. So what is it telling here? Money flow. Money flow refers to the flow of factor payments from firms to households for their factor services and corresponding flow of consumption expenditure from households to firms for purchase of goods and services produced by the firm. And the drawing has been done here. Okay, so all these things have been done. I have done one more time. I have done in the previous and I have revised this now also today so that you do not face any problem during the examination time. Tomorrow I will discuss the same thing about the money chapter. The concept of money chapter I will be discussing tomorrow. For today, this much only. Study hard so that you can do well in benchmark. Okay? Thank you everyone and bye for today.